Honey, sugar. Welcome to ABC or Tarot Readings. How are you doing, my baby? By the way, what was I gonna say? Yeah. Hello, my dear soul seers. Welcome to ABC or Tarot Readings. What do I say in introduction after that? Yeah. What do I say? Yeah. He, she, they, them, pay it no mind. Take the reading how it resonates, and it's a collective read, it's a general read. Might not always be specific for you, right? Specific things might come through. Anyway, just got a copyright strike. Not a copyright strike, but yeah, just got my video copyrighted because I was playing music in the background and it was too loud. Yeah. I'm wondering what should I start this reading with. And let's play a song. Maybe it might inspire us. So the first song is going to be Stunner by 10 from Wavy. See, I play a song and I know which cards I need to take. Okay, now it's playing in the background. I hope it, like, I don't get any copyright strikes right now, because I don't want to do that right now. Okay, God, that real love. Wait, yeah, I hope it's not that loud now. Yeah. Man. Okay, where is my mic? I better keep my mic right like here so that yeah, it's not the music that it records, it just records my voice. Okay, let's see, collective. What's the messages for you guys? Okay, dang, I'm feeling so playful right now for no reason. Who knows? I might actually post this readings in my Tumblr today. You might be able to access it. I think it's this read is gonna be posted in the on October 3rd, I guess. Yep, in the month of October. Let's see, honey. What are the messages for my lovely collective? Collective, what are the messages for you guys? Huh? But I'm thinking of, okay, I can announce that separately, but never mind. Oh, I was seeing that nectar card for a very long time in there, So let's see, collective. Currently I'm flirting with this little mic that I have in here so that, it doesn't listens to that music that I'm playing in the background and gives me another copyrighted video. I don't want a copyrighted video, Yeah. 1, 2. I think this reading is gonna be a deep reading because I am taking the archetype cards. I am taking the archetype cards as your, and maybe I might treat them as your tarot cards, honey. Yeah. So let's see. So I won't say this is reverse, but I usually take it in clockwise direction. So this came in this side, so I'll take it as reverse. So it's basically giving me kind of like, river often talks about accepting the change, accepting that. Okay, let me flip that. Yep. Yeah, now it's good. River usually talks about, this accepting this change, accepting the flow in which the reading goes. Yeah, I'm feeling that right now. I'm accepting the way the music is making me move and all that stuff right here. But yeah, that's the thing that I'm getting. River is basically acceptance of moving in this flow, flowing in this direction, allowing ourselves to be seen, allowing ourselves to fall with the flow, allowing ourselves to move with this in this infinite direction towards whatever whatever our destiny, whatever our goals are. Now this with the father, and I feel like many of you I don't know. I feel like many of you could be like, because the father is often like the father is also coming out in reverse in here. And the father in reverse talks about this individual who is basically, there's this sacred relationship of a father. Oh, you cannot see it. Dang. I should have. Wait a second. Yes. Yes. Yes, I hope you can see it right now. Yeah. Oh, it's funny, right? That my medallion card wanted to touch my pyrite. Could have some abundance going on in here, Who knows? Let's see. So I think the river is not basically in reverse, but it wanted to go in reverse. The father is not in reverse, but it wanted to go in reverse because I usually take them in clockwise direction only. I don't know why. Even though I don't know why I'm getting the word anti-clockwise direction. I don't know why, because if I actually turn them in anti-clockwise direction, they'll become upright, So, I'm almost getting the word something is bothering me creatively. Creatively bothering me. Okay. Let's see. I think in the way you wanna touch. I hope I'm not. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm feeling in here is that the river is almost like it. I think it wants to go in the reverse mostly, but I think something. I feel like you might feel as if you're doing something to creatively boost yourself or boost your creativity or to help you move in the flow or something like that. But the father, I just feel like this is just this is just you trying to taking rather than it is kind of like you are not understand, like you might feel as if you are taking this I'm almost, because in the father card there is like this example that is given that someone's the father archetype and dark archetype of a father archetype is basically a person who allows their children to fight with the wolves and then laugh at them while the children are getting injured by the wolves, right? So this is the kind of energy that I'm getting in here. I feel like many of you could be feeling as if you are showing people the way to conquer their demons, or you could be feeling as if you are showing them a way to creatively conquer their day. I feel like many of you could be feeling as if you are, because I'm getting like horse in there, and I'm also like, I don't know, the river talks about falling in the flow, right? It's a lot around the lines of what Ketu Nakshatra Ashwini represents. Ashwini represents a lot of, it represents like this energy of flowing in the flow state, or it talks about this energy of being in this it almost gives me like Ashwini Nakshatra often talks about flowing and going in a flow state, or almost like flowing in an energy that, dang, I think I've lost my audience in my 8 minutes already, because I'm already feeling this energy. Wait a second, let me just re-record. Hello. Okay. This might be the restart of this reading, but I'm using the archetype deck. And hello, soul seers, welcome to Abyss Seer Tarot Readings. Reintroducing myself. Anyways, I was getting like, for many of you guys, I think you could be like feeling as if you are doing the right, maybe you feel like you're teaching people. Oh yes, this is exactly what it looks like. Yes, now I got it. I feel like many of you feel like you are, this is reminding me of, someone trying to teach an elder person how to do the computers or how to do the computers, but you are teaching it so fast that the elder person is not able to, like the old person is not able to understand the speed at which you're doing things, and they are not able to learn something from you. So I think that is what is going in the side. What is going in the side is basically an energy of like you are like, this could be any work, right? This could be anything that you're passionate about, right? You could be trying to teach other people how to do the work that you're doing. but I feel like you're in such a flow state right now that you might feel as if you're doing a really good job at teaching people, like you are doing it in your flow state, or you might be doing it in this fast paced energy, and you might feel like, yeah, I am teaching something to people, but that's not how it looks like. It feels like you are not teaching people, but you are it's like you're allowing people to make mistakes, but it's almost giving me like you are also like, I don't know, I'm also getting an energy of someone teasing their colleagues, or someone, yeah, someone is trying to encourage their trying to encourage their colleagues to do a better job at doing something by bullying them. Dang, okay, someone is encouraging their bullies, or someone is basically like, I don't know, I'm also getting an energy of like, how do I say this, like, there are times when people will justify bullying them, or like people will justify their bullying because they think that just by bullying a person they can actually make the person grow or something like that. I think that's what's happening in here. I feel like many of you could feel like this energy from someone else, and I feel like this person has good intentions. Like, I feel like, yeah, they do want to help you become so good at doing the thing that so good at letting things flow, or so they want you to become so good at your workflow and everything. And I think, yeah, this person actually has intentions of that, but I think this person doesn't know how to execute this in a proper manner. With the medallion in reverse, I'm getting a lot of materialistic. I feel like this person doesn't like, how do I say this? I feel like whoever these individuals are, who are bullying you, or who are, strapping you to, yeah, they are basically trying to, strap you or strap the value of whatever they are teaching to a material value. I feel like these people are not really understanding what the heart or the crux of this subject actually means. Now I'm using a lot of subjective languages, very complex words I'm using right now. Let me put it to a very user friendly language. Gosh, even I feel this way. Yeah, I'll tell you about this very great example that I have in my own room, right? It's my roommate. So my roommate is basically, she does medical. She's studying medicine, right? And she will use these chemical terms all the time to describe a fever, or to describe a small to describe something like cancer or anything, right? Like, we call it cancer and she'll call it something else. She'll call the scientific name or something like that. And that's the energy that I'm getting in here, because I feel like I'm getting like, many of you right here, like, this is the energy that I'm getting. I feel like whoever this person or this individual is, they could be using this sort of scientific language or whatever, so that because they are in their flow state, like they feel that in their flow state right now, okay? But with the father coming out like this, I feel like there is also this element of being bullied for not able to pick up the flow, or being attacked or charged at for, or being how do I say it, being badly treated because you're not able to pick up the flow like everybody else. And I feel like that, and I don't know why I'm also getting like someone is actually encouraging this bullying behavior towards you, because they think that if you get bullied like this, maybe you might someone might actually, maybe if you're being bullied by like this, or if you get attacked like this, or your self-esteem gets attacked, or you feel less low about yourself again and again, or disrespected again and again, you might start fighting back, or you might start doing better than how you used to do, And I feel like whatever this sort of motivation is, the motivation that is there, I feel like, whoever is trying to motivate you this way, I feel like, first of all, this person doesn't understand how to I'm getting the word how to hurt somebody. I feel like this person doesn't really understand how. I'm right now. Tamins, I don't know. Tamins or Taemin. So what is his name, bro? Taemin. Okay, Taemin from SM Entertainment. His song is playing right now, and the song is Guilty. This is exactly how I'm getting it. Like this person doesn't know how to. The reason why this person, why these people are bullying you for not, or forcing you, trying to, be forceful towards you or attack you for not being able to pick up the flow like everybody else, is because I feel like there is like this reward, or there is like, I feel like these people, they never, I feel like the reason why they got into the flow was not because they wanted to be perfect at it, but it was mostly because they wanted to get something out of it, right? This medallion in reverse energy gives a lot about, people actually trying to be in the trend, or trying to be the most trending thing possible, so that they can get something out of it, rather than enjoying the bliss and the reward of doing the job that you're doing, right? Doing the work that you're good at doing. I feel like this sort of energy could be like, taking away from your, I feel like you could be feeling really battered. You could be feeling defeated almost. You could be feeling like, you could be feeling really rigid, because I feel like there is like a energy trying to, help you flow towards this direction. But because of this, basically this bullying energy right here, you could feel as if, I think there is a feeling that someone wants you to succeed, but I'm also getting a feeling where someone is trying to I'm getting escapist tendencies. Maybe because of that someone has like they are being bullied or something. Like I feel like I'm also getting like someone is trying to push the blame on you for being someone who has escapist tendencies. And I mean, why won't you escape, right? If you are being treated like this, or if you are being bullied for such a long time, of course you'll try to escape from the things that you absolutely want to do, because it just feels as if this is what everybody wants. This is what makes people happy, right? That if you keep like I feel like bullying, like I'm also getting like hidden bullying right here. Like I just feel like someone right here doesn't understand that the way that they are bullying somebody is actually breaking them apart, rather than making them angry enough to fight back. And it's a very disgusting behavior that I myself don't like, because I've seen people try to do that with me a lot. Like they'll try to like bully me, or they'll try to hide the fact that they were being rude towards me, or they were being really how do I say this, really they were like literally laughing on my struggles and my life, just because they thought that bullying me would actually make me passionate enough to fight back or something like that. And I really hate these kinds of people, right? I have parents like these, honestly speaking, and my god, the way they bullied me as a kid, oof, I cannot explain to you that how badly I dreaded studying once again after I started, like I couldn't talk to my parents on my phones. I couldn't talk to them for like, or I couldn't even like bring myself to call them, because every single time I'll call them, I'll feel like this very disgusting energy of them trying to like I'll feel like this very disgusting pressure, honestly speaking, to study. And I'm like, I don't need that pressure to study, I'm studying already. But it's like that, like their sneers, or their smear campaign that they ran against me, or the kind of weird ways they tried to make me study, or the weird ways that they were trying to pressurize me to study, all of that did not result in me fighting back, but in the end it resulted in me breaking down, right? And this is the thing that I'm saying. I feel like if you are finding out people who are trying to bully you for not being perfect enough, or for not being someone who can easily fall into the flow, I feel like you don't need to pay attention to that thing, because I just feel like whoever these people are, they don't feel like doing it yeah, I feel like whatever, like the main reason why people like this would like to even bully you is not because they understand, or not because they actually have anything good, any good advice to actually help you actually help you, study things. Because I still remember unfortunately, my patterns with my parents were so bad that I made friends like these, and I will always ask these types of friends, if they had any advice, but they will have no sound advice. They'll never have a recommendation for a YouTube channel. They'll never have a proper study materials or resources. They'll have nothing in their hand to advise me about how to study things, they'll have none of that. I get the best studying advices from people who have like who whom I have never considered as friends, or whom I never thought were actually, my friends. And this is what happens, right, when you're conditioned into an environment where people are constantly bullying you again and again to sort of motivate you and to get you angry and, to get a reactionary success out of you. This is what absolutely happens, because you grow up like these people will never have the proper they will never have the proper understanding of the problem you're going through, because they don't have that vulnerability within them to actually become vulnerable enough with you to tell you that, yeah, this is the same problem that they faced and this is how they recovered from it. But these people will have like this weird tendency to consider the reward that they get from the work that they do, and they will consider that reward or that recognition as such a esteemed value, that that they will often try to try to do the same thing. It's kind of like taking a carrot in front of a person's using a carrot to that carrot in a fishing rod. Exactly, it's like they are trying to hang that same carrot in front of your eyes, and they are trying to mock you for not having the same carrot that they have in their hands, so that you feel jealous of them, or you feel really angry at them, and you start working yourself. And this is such a toxic way of teaching things to people, right? This is the reason why I personally don't like such people, who even who like to contribute, or who like to motivate someone or bully someone in the name of this type of competition. It absolutely breaks down people who have lost their sense of self or their self-esteem after some very traumatic incidents. And I highly condemn this sort of behavior, with the heart card upright and the worm in reverse. Of course, see, the worm in reverse is, again, it's giving me this energy that it's the lack of touch with the foundations. It's the lack of touch with the way this thing has originated. It's the lack of touch. Like, how do I say this? Suppose there are esoteric teachings. I've seen this a lot, you will see a lot of tarot readers and astrologers out there, and they'll give the most, sometimes they'll end up saying something that is just so out of context, like, how do I say this? Like, they'll say something like, if your son is into, I heard this one was something someone told someone specific, that people who are having moon and Rahu conjunction in their chart, they are mentally ill. I'm just like, what? Every person with moon Rahu conjunction will be a mentally ill person. This is something a very weird astrologer told me, and I just realized that the reason he doesn't know, the reason why such people say such abusive things, or say or use a language like that, despite astrology being such a this occult study being so much more deeper than that, I've realized that the reason why people say something like that is not because they want It's mostly because they don't care to give people, they never cared about the origins of this of the story. They never cared about the origins of the moon nakshatras, the Rahu nakshatras, the moon mythologies, the Rahu mythologies. They never cared to study all these esoteric things. They never cared to study all these esoteric symbols. They never cared to study about the origin. They never cared to study about the crux or the gist of this subject, right? They mostly came into this subject because they wanted to get a reward out of it. They wanted to get a reward out of whatever they were doing. This is the same thing with many tarot readers, right? Many tarot readers don't do tarot reading because they want to do it or they have a love for the subject. Many of them do it for money, and I'm not judging them for that, but sometimes, you will hear these types of very weird statements that some people will make, and almost like, ridiculous statements, trying to bully other people or trying to put down other people. And that's the thing. Stop bringing up such ridiculous statement. You don't need to put that out there. It's really important to understand that, not like, it's like, it's also giving me like, like some influencer having a lot of followers, and them, like, they are just putting out whatever information that they have in their hand, just to appease their audience rather than making them understand the gist of the story, right? And so sometimes what happens is that they might think that they are teaching something appropriate to people, or they're teaching something right to people, but they're not realizing that they're actually, by putting down some other astrological sign, or by putting down some other group of people or caste of people, or any other, like, by putting down or by comparison type of stuff that they do not realize that they are actually, like, breaking someone's self-esteem, or they are just trying, or they could be, like, letting someone fend for themselves, or they are not actually providing that sort of stand that they think that they are providing for people, right? I don't know, I'm also getting like kind of, trying to make I'm getting kind of like, there is something that is, someone thinks that things are becoming, like, someone is thinking that they are doing the right job by making something trendy, but like, because river also gives me the trends, the way, I'm not saying, I know trends are a very Rahuvian energy, but the way trends like flow, they flow up, they flow down. You can never like predict how far a trend can go, right? Sometimes trends can get cancelled altogether. So that's how I feel like the river is also, right? It goes up, it goes down. So I feel like someone thinks that they are trying to make something popular, but instead of making it popular, I feel like they have kind of they're not realizing that they have kind of created this very dominating or domineering space where the weak ones who need their help, or where the people who are actually in need of their help are actually not being helped, because of the way that they have put forward their words, or because of the way they are putting forward their message out there, right? The heart card upright, I don't know why I wanted to say reverse all of a sudden, but I'm also getting like an energy of and this is something I was getting in my readings as well. I wanted my first reading, I wanted to post it in Hindi, in a combination of I wanted to post it in Hindi almost, because I felt like a very forceful energy to post that thing in Hindi, and then I was like, no, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to do that, because I don't want to do that, and I just wanted people to be like, I just, like, there was an energy that was like compelling me to do it, and I was like, I don't want to do that, because that's a very, very personal my language is very personal to me. It is not something that I want to like speak with. Like I don't want to use it to speak with the world. I do use it to speak with other people around me, but it's a very different type of like talking to people face to face is very different when talking to them online, right? And I don't like using Hindi as a language, not because it's a very bad language, but it's something that is very personal to me. I speak my mind through Hindi. I speak my vulnerabilities through Hindi. It is very easy for me to use Hinglish, which is a combination of Hindi and English, to speak my mind, right? So I was also like getting this energy, right? Like I was getting like maybe like I don't know. I was also like getting this energy that like if I don't use Hindi and start speaking in English, it might cause some issue. But then I was like, yeah, that's not like if I don't want to do it, and if I don't feel comfortable doing that in a language that I feel is so personalized or so much closer to my heart, I shouldn't be like forced into doing that, right? Like I felt that way, and I don't know why I'm getting that same energy in here, like exactly that same energy. Like someone thinks that they are trying to, make something trendy, or they are trying to, like they are trying to do the right thing by making everybody speak in the way that they think people should speak in. And I'm just like, yeah, like okay, whatever, yeah, you might love it, you might like people to speak in that manner, you might really want people to, you might really want things to become popular via some people, but maybe I am not among those people. Maybe I don't want to do that, because I don't want that recognition I don't want that sort of recognition. This is something so personally, like my Hindi is so personally, like it's not my Hindi, it's like, yeah, whatever, like I speak Hindi, and it's a different dialect, and it's a very personal thing to me. I don't like speaking in Hindi on a freaking camera with people whom I don't even know anything about, right? If I'm having a one-on-one session with someone, that's where I speak in Hindi, and that's when I feel more comfortable in speaking in Hindi than speaking to someone online. And this is the thing that I'm saying right here. I feel like, yeah, you do not understand how personal this could be to someone, how it has originated to someone, how much this language is connected to that person through their womb, right? And you're just trying to tell this person to speak in that language out loud, because you want this person to make this language recognizable, or you want this person to go viral, or become this, yeah, you just want this language to become recognizable because of this individual and everything. And I'm just like, yeah, but you have to understand, but if that is your goal, you can do it yourself as well, right? You don't need other people to do that. You can find your own community of people who can do that for you, right? Who can do that with you, not for you, with you. And this is the thing with the hard cut that I'm getting right here. Have a little bit more compassion. Hold that space for other people. Like, let people have their own space, and hold your own, like your sacred space is very different from my sacred space. Hold your space for other people as much as you hold space for yourself, right? Don't allow this energy where you feel like, don't allow other people's opinions or other people's words, especially if you are not the one who's trying to force others, especially if you are someone who feels forced by others, right? Yeah, like don't allow, like, yeah, let your like, yeah, grow at your own pace. You don't need to go with the crowd, you don't need to go with the other people around you. It's you. I feel like you don't need to be compelled into doing anything that you don't want to do, okay? You should have that, yeah, you should have that autonomy within yourself to hold that, to have that compassion for yourself, to open up or to speak up in whatever, or to do whatever you want to do. Because the heart speaks of this very like this nature, it speaks about this inner nature that is connected to our, it talks about our inner nature, it talks about this inner child that we are preserving within ourselves, right? And that's the thing. If you feel like doing something that you want to do from your heart is actually the wrong way, just because someone else is forcing you, or someone else is dominating you, or someone else is like compelling you to do it their way, doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that your work or the things that you do from your heart should take up their style, like it doesn't matter. You can just do it in your own pace. This because I don't know, it's not just about the fact that someone wants to do it because of the recognition and stuff. I'm also getting like they want with the womb in reverse, I think they want like they want like people to know the gist of this thing that they are trying to make compelling people to do. But for example, like I felt in that particular energy that I needed to speak in my homeland's language, right? And maybe that's because people wanted that recognition, or people wanted other people to realize the gist and the depth of their culture, right? And I'm like, yeah, if you want to do that, it's fine. If you want other people to like understand the gist and the depth of your culture, it's fine. But I think that understanding doesn't happen on a broad level. It happens in a very small level. It like nobody is sitting right there to research about your culture or about your language unless and until they are genuinely interested in it. So it shouldn't be like you should compare it. No one should be compelled to speak in a language, especially like in languages that they are not ready to speak in yet, in languages that they don't feel comfortable to speak in yet, right? That's the thing. Because it's not like I don't feel comfortable in speaking in Hindi, but it's such a personal language to me that I feel like I don't like to speak in that in Hindi whenever I'm talking to such a broad audience, right? This is the thing that I'm getting. Like, I think, yeah, let your heart rest. Don't allow so much let your heart rest, I think, and don't allow so many just don't allow so many outer or external opinions to influence influence your way of looking at something's worth. Because I've had this experience so many times. People will look at foreigners, and people will see how these foreigners are disrespecting Indians and Indian culture, and they'll try to explain these foreigners that this is how Indian culture is, this is how the depth of Indian culture and this and that. I'm just like, why do you need to explain that thing? Do you see them ever trying to explain their ridiculous cultures, or them trying to explain why they actually elected Donald Trump out of all other people that they could have elected? Do you see them explaining that? That's the thing. Nobody explains it. There's no need to explain something like that. The people who are interested will get interested on their own. You don't need to sit right there and fight with hundreds of people. That's also a way of seeking foreigners' validation without even realizing how subconsciously you are wired to seek a foreigner's validation. It's so weird, right? Don't do that. Always with the heart card in here, heart talks a lot about compassion right here. Have this compassion within you, and you already know your origin story. You know that the marketing around you, and I'm also that the marketing around you is really bad. You know that because I said marketing, I saw the bridge card in here. Bridge card literally talks about connecting people and all that stuff, right? And this is how I'm getting it. Like, yeah, the marketing will keep on going, and many people will keep on believing that marketing, right? I saw this thing where box breathing, which used to be a very popular thing in yoga, right? They took that and they repackaged it as box breathing, and they started selling it as medical advice. Similarly, they took yoga and then they renamed it as Pilates, and then they started selling it as Pilates. And it's not yoga, it's basically they took yoga, they repackaged yoga, and then they sold it off as Pilates, right? And this is what many medical professionals are doing. The reason why they are doing that is so that they can actually give people proper medical protocols to do certain exercises without spreading some sort of falsehood based information like many fake gurus and fake babas do. Now that's the reason why that's the reason why these Ayurvedic names or these ancient Vedic names get changed into English language names, and they are being used as medicinal and they get and their names are changed into English names so that they can be easy to recommend to the people who need it as medicinal protocols, right? That's the reason why they're doing it. Nobody is denying the origins of it. But the thing is, people who know the origins of it should actually keep on reminding the world that this is the origin, this is where it comes from, rather than fighting with the world that they stole their origin or something like that. Keep on reminding them of the origin, because even if they don't keep on reminding them of the origins rather than fighting with them about the origins and stuff. That's the thing that I'm getting right here, right? Also, the thread card in reverse, exactly, right? It's the thread in upright is basically us feeling this pull, but I don't know. This is the thing that I'm getting. Like, don't force. Yeah, the thread in reverse. I feel like, this is the thing, whatever. I think for many of you, your destiny could be, this is the thing, you do not need to have the same destiny as other people, or whoever these people are. If you are the person who is forcing or compelling other people, I feel like, this is the thing, other people are not destined, like it is not their destiny to become, maybe they are not destined to become that aware. Maybe they are too privileged to ever understand that, to ever have that, to ever become that much aware about other people's, about their medicinal protocols being taken from other people's culture. Maybe it's their privilege, because of which they don't need to understand that, or because of which they'll never try to understand it, and it's fine. Like, it's all right. But at the end of the day, we should know what it actually is. And for others of you who are feeling compelled by other people, like you feel as if other people are trying to force you into doing something, I think your message is very simple. Your destiny is not the same as other people's destiny. They don't have the right to actually compel you into doing something. Let yourself flow. Hold that compassion within you. Protect your heart. Hold that empathy for yourself. Hold that love for yourself. Don't lose it in the way. I think this is my message for you. Like, you guys are, I'm also getting, like, for many of you, you're listening to these outside voices, and because of this, you could be trying to, you could be trying to, I'm also getting, like, because Womb and Heart card, both of them are very nurturing cards, right? The Womb card is basically nurturing the seed for tomorrow. So that's what I'm getting, I feel like you guys feel so like I feel, yeah, you guys have become so compelled, or you're feeling so yikes. Yeah, you guys could be feeling so um, habituated to the way that you have been you guys could be feeling so habituated with the way that you have been conditioned into feel conditioned into nurturing yourself. Yeah, it's like you're not even realizing that the way you used to nurture yourself used to be, a combination of people, used to be a little bit more outside or extrinsic motivation based, or external validation based. And maybe you're being asked to stop being so external origin focused. Like, how do I say this? Yeah, like, stop trying to build your original knowledge yeah, I'm also getting like kind of like also like whatever this, I won't say it like this, but I'm also getting like there is like an energy of, be a little bit more careful when you are trying to build your foundations based on what someone with this based on the words of people who are appearing really certified, but they aren't actually certified. I don't know how to say this. It's kind of like, it gives me like this fake guru energy, right? Try to build your foundations on better terms. Don't try to build your foundations on some dogmatic beliefs or dogmatic values, especially if it is given by someone who isn't certified enough to give those types of I don't know, certified enough to give those types of what is it? Health. Certified enough to give those types of advices, or certified enough to give that type of counseling, right? Don't take your counseling from such people. Like, nurture yourself with proper guidance. That's also what I'm getting, because I feel like you guys could be trying too hard, or forcing yourself to move in a direction that someone else is trying to push you through, and that might not be the place that you want to go at, right? You could be feeling this influence all over you or something like that. Don't allow this influence to dictate your life. Yes. That's such a weird thing, right? I saw this and I was like thinking, why is it in this tricone shape? And then I remembered that, yeah, because what is this chakra? The sacral chakra, right? Or is it the root chakra? Let me check it out once. Sacral chakra. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, not the sacral chakra, I think. This is root chakra, right? Yeah. The symbolism exists in root chakra, I think so. Yeah. And I don't know, but what did I want to say? This is like, yeah, I feel like, the foundations. Your foundations, or the origin story, is not always filled with the amount of filled with like your origin story, like the origin of something that, like, how do I say this? Yeah, to you should allow the worm to, like, this is the worm, it takes at least 9 months for a worm to form, for a worm to become fully mature enough, right? At least in a woman, that's how much time it takes. So that's what I'm saying. It takes time. It takes time. Stop rushing this process. Don't rush this process. Do not rush this process. If you're feeling that you're rushing this process, then you're trying to pull, you're trying too hard to, make this work, or you're trying, or let's just say it's not about trying too hard. I'm also getting like you're trying to force something that shouldn't be forced, especially because I'm getting a lot of like Shakti energy right now. I'm getting a lot of like, Devi energy, and I feel like this is a very I'm getting Shakta, like I'm getting this energy, like this is a very feminine energy. This energy takes time, it flows. It is not like Shiv, or it is not like the Shav energy. It's very, it's a Shakta energy. It's the energy of Shakti. Shakti is a flow state, and in the flow state you don't pull things, you don't rush things, you patiently allow it to unfold in front of you the way it needs to be unfold. And trust me, the energy of Shakti is a very transformative and very how do I say it? When I say transformative, it is transformative. It is transformative. How much it can transform you depends on how much are you ready to accept the reality. How much are you confrontation, like how, like are you gonna confront the reality for what it is? Are you going to accept the reality for what it is, or are you going to play dumb and act like everything in front of you is a delusion, right? That is how Shakti energy is, and this is how I'm getting it. Like you are being asked to let this thing unfold the way it is unfolding, and keep your compassion in, keep and hold that space in your heart. Don't allow it to, hold that space in your heart, and hold that space for other people to let them grow. You cannot force that growth onto them. Let things unfold, right? To let them grow. Exactly. Hold that space for other people to let them grow in the way that they need to grow. Even if it is for yourself, hold that space for yourself to let yourself grow. You cannot pull this energy, you cannot pull this you cannot pull this I don't know why you cannot pull like you cannot pull this. You cannot expect yourself to be perfect at something in a day or two. You cannot. You need time for that. You need patience for that. You need to have that patience. This is what I'm getting. Like, if you start today, doesn't mean that you will end it in. If you start a task today, doesn't mean that you can end it by the by 1 week. Maybe the task is way too hectic than you thought it was, and it takes more time, it takes a lot more patience, it takes a lot more work than you thought it would take. But that is how much work it takes, right? Allow yourself to accept that time period. Allow yourself to accept the fact that it might take more than 1 or 2 weeks for you to prepare for something as big as that, right? And don't try to pull your fate. You don't become good at something just because you have set a time for that thing. You need time to retain that information, and you need time to become that perfect person, right? It doesn't needs to happen in a day or two. That's the thing. Allow yourself, accept yourself, allow yourself to understand things at its own pace. Allow your brain to understand things at its own pace. Have that patience within you. No matter how small you start, no matter how consistent you are on a daily basis, you will get there one day. But it might not be one day. It might not be today, tomorrow, or after 1 week. Maybe that one day could be after 1 month, 2-3 months, but you'll get there, right? allow yourself to allow that understanding for yourself. You cannot grow fast, you cannot do it as soon as possible, it takes time. And even for people who are trying to compel other people to learn about themselves, right, or learn about their culture, or learn about their thing, right, have some patience, it will take time. You cannot, all you can do is keep on reminding people, not force them, or kind of like jinx them. I'm also getting jinx them, hex them. All of that is not gonna work. People take their time to understand, my love. People take their time to understand. Let them have their time. Let them have that. Let them, desert card in here, the temple in here, and the vision in here. Yes, it takes time for people to understand that. It takes time for people to cross this desert. It takes a lot of patience and time for people to cross this desert. It takes a lot of patience and time for people to build a temple in that desert. It takes a lot of patience and time to actually envision to actually make your vision come true. And all of these are coming in the same direction as the river card. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes time. You need to understand how to be that sort of, you need to understand how to be patient enough with yourself for that sort of understanding, right? I don't know why I saw a golden glow. I think I did see a golden glow or something like that. I don't know why I saw that, but I don't know if you know any. I don't know, could be a presence, who knows. But yep, that's what I have for you guys today, okay, for this reading. Be patient, allow yourself to bloom, okay? Yeah, I'm also getting stop being so hesitant again for some reason. Maybe you guys could be feeling real, I don't know, resistive or resistant. Stop being so hesitant towards the change just because you have felt bullied once, or just because you have felt like other people have hurt you once or something like that. Allow yourself to move with the change. The change will take you to the right destination. Don't take the words of don't take the words of other travelers to your heart, because maybe it's not the words of other travelers that are gonna make the most difference. Maybe the most difference is made by the travel, or by the journey that you are taking up yourself, right? That's what matters the most. So you will learn from your journey, learn from your own life, and don't take this much unnecessary drama or attention from other people, if that's possible by any chance. Not drama or attention, but don't take these many dramatic advices or dramatic discourse or dramatic I don't know. I'm also getting examples of people who sell courses to other people. I'm not saying that they can be bad or anything, but what I'm trying to say is that you do have the resources in your own hands. You don't need them. All those free resources are available everywhere. So you don't need to do. You need to allow yourself to change. You need to allow yourself to change, and don't let other people's words make you frigid to change. That's the thing that I'm getting right here, right? Okay then, soul seers, take care of yourself. This reading was a bit more longer than I thought it would be, but take care of yourself. Goodbye.